Howdy, everybody, and welcome to a special episode of TTR at the Movies. I'm your resident Radiant Rider, Silver Maxis, and with me we've got the flamboyant flyer, Flutter Guy 98.
Hello.
We've got the Crimson Pfizer, Pure You Crimson.
Howdy.
And of course our Riddle God, DLBot 2016.
What? Yes, you are. Infinity War coming now!
Oh.
Who was not spared by Thanos?
Shut it!
Yep.
Okay. Hey, now those of you who are reading the video title, let's make this very clear. This will be filled with spoilers. So for any of you who have not seen the movie that is being talked about in the description, stop watching right now.
Yes, exactly. Because this movie is, you want to watch this movie blind.
This movie is currently only 2 weeks old, and we're talking about it now. So it's clear that not everyone's seen it. So for those of you who haven't, and just stop watching, please. Even if you want spoilers, trust me, it's better you don't know.
Yes.
Well, I mean,
we should probably say what the movie is we're talking about. For this special episode of TTR at the Movie... Guys, let me finish. For this special episode of TTR at the Movies, we're having one big fat discussion on Avengers Infinity War. AKA Avengers. Holy shit, this movie is just all kinds of emotions.
Wait. So, Silver. I have perfect alternate title for this movie. Infinity Stones gathered, everyone dies.
Oh, god damn it.
Not wrong.
You're not wrong,
Okay,
but
no.
at the same time, it's just like, holy shit, this movie. I'm just gonna say that right now. Holy shit, this movie.
Now, Diablo, if you want to be specific, it's not 2 weeks old till Thursday, but still.
Same difference.
So,
But-
first off,
as me and a few friends like to call this, from Proton John, Infinity War!
god damn it!
No.
Fuck you, Waluigi.
No, just no.
Okay, now before everything, like... Also, Flutter, we can barely hear you. Totai wa kita nai.
That's my line!
Well, too bad, I'm taking it.
Also,
So-
Flutter,
Yes.
why did you make a host role? I've just noticed that.
What?
I just noticed what you made.
Guys, focus.
Oh,
Okay, Squidward.
I'll explain later. Or actually, you know what? No, I'll delete that role.
Guys,
Alright.
sometimes this podcast feels like herding cats, ladies and gentlemen.
Silver, if you think this is bad, I should try to talk to my mom when it comes to teaching. And that is like herding cats.
That's fair. She has to herd a lot more cats.
Oh, yes, she does.
And the Elbot's probably screaming inside because he can't make the meme.
Anyways, so first off, let's just go around the board, and I mean, Flutter hasn't seen the movie, but he's heard most of the plot points for it, so let's start off with just general thoughts on the movie. And starting off with me, I fucking love this movie. It is an absolute spectacle. It's so good, and I don't know, it just feels like a great just blockbuster movie. And it actually feels like they put a lot of effort into this. And, it's kind of weird. It reminds me of one of two things. The first thing it reminds me of is, what am I trying to... Oh, yeah. It kind of reminds me a bit of the Subspace Emissary, the adventure mode from Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Having multiple heroes who join up in multiple different points, and eventually it all congregates together into... Well, I mean, in certain cases it doesn't really congregate because...
But Silver, I thought no one liked Subspace Emissary.
I like Subspace Emissary.
Finally!
Diablo, it has the best character in the game, Steve the Trooper.
God damn it.
Who Captain Falcon cannot seem to kill.
God.
Silver gets my references.
Christ. Of course you'd make a Runaway Guys. Yeah, it's the Runaway Guys.
I'm just going to assume from now on any jokes that I don't get are from the Runaway Guys.
Anyways.
Also, Diablo, for clarification, Captain Falcon is Batman.
Jesus
But I thought he was Captain Falcon.
Anyways, the second parallel that I see to this, a Tyson movie done right.
Yes.
You mean GP?
Yeah, GP. I don't care what you guys think, I still love GP.
We're not going to say anything.
But just, it is an absolute spectacle. So many heroes, so many battles. It actually has a pretty good story, and it has a actually pretty good villain. I'll admit, Thanos was pretty good in this movie. But we'll get to him later. Moving on to Kyoryu.
Yeah, for clarification, most of the film I was actually rooting for the big guy, because they kind of made him.
We'll get to that later, Kyoryu.
But me not being a big Marvel fan and watching the film, I was just like, it's a good movie. Don't get me wrong.
Oh my!
It made
God.
me go.
Okay,
it made me laugh. It made me cry. I got a hell of a laugh out. Finding a certain someone living in Scotland, because nobody would find to look there.
Hey, wait, where'd Flutter go?
And
I don't know. I think he had to reset his connection or something. I don't know.
Damn it. Oh well, we can just talk, the three of us.
I'm pretty sure he'll be back.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So we've got.
There was some jokes I didn't get because I haven't been able to watch either Civil War or Black Panther yet, but
shame.
I haven't been able to find any DVDs, and I didn't go to the cinemas to see them because, well, it was skint at the time. But now we move on to Flutter, since we like to leave the Albert for last.
I got it prepared.
You got what?
Not prepared.
Yeah, well, Flutter hasn't seen the movie yet. Well, what did you think of the movie regardless, Flutter?
It seems amazing. This is basically 10 years of build-up and done exceedingly culminating in one giant film that is basically one half of a big duology.
Yeah, basically. I will admit,
if you see this film in theaters, bring tissues.
I will say one thing though, it's obvious that this is a 2-part movie. Just straight away.
Yeah, that's one thing I really didn't get. Why didn't they just say Infinity War Part 1? They did it with the Deathly Hallows from Harry Potter, so what the hell?
That's what they originally did. That's what they originally did when they announced the film. But then decided to give Avengers 4 its own title, which we still don't know.
Yeah, who knows what that title will be.
Yep.
Also, Avengers.
Wait. I got it. Avengers Infinity War 2, The Search for More Money.
God damn it, DL. Just give your damn thoughts so we can get into the actual discussion.
Okay. I will admit, at first, I was not when I first finished the movie, I did not know what to think. I was honestly not sure what to say. I was not sure whether to say it was a good film or a bad film. But looking back, it is a good movie. However, if I can make one little critique, it's something that I did start to notice throughout the movie. While the action, yes, is good, there is a little bit too much of it. There's not very much breathing room. Whenever there's a jump cut, it's a jump cut back to another action scene, which isn't bad, but I don't know. Grabbing that many action scenes into a movie back to back seems a little cluttered.
Yeah, but it could have been done far worse. Cough, cough, Rogue One. Don't get me wrong, I like Rogue One. Don't get me wrong, I like Rogue One, but it's like there were way too many freaking jump cuts.
Boy, are you dissing Rogue One? I love Rogue One.
Did you literally just hear what I said? Don't get me wrong, I like Rogue One, but there were way too many freaking jump cuts.
No. My problem isn't the jump cuts. It's overabundance of action scenes.
I guess, but I feel it doesn't really hinder the movie that much.
I don't feel that either. It's just, Marvel movies in the past have been good at balancing in the quiet moments and good moments of character development and such. They've been good at basically
Iron Man
giving
2
us
notwithstanding
a good balance of that. So here it's a little bit distracting.
Yeah, Iron Man 2 notwithstanding, of course, because God, there was too much talking. You want to know what the ironic thing is, actually?
What?
Iron Man 2 was my first MCU film.
Oh.
And there was way too much talking. And for some reason, I stuck around with the MCU.
Honestly, the thing is, when it comes to a film having a lot of dialogue, I don't really care about that as long as it leads to good things in the follow-up. Like for example, if it leads to an awesome action scene, then I'm okay with that.
Kyoryu, you keep bumping your mic. Stop bumping your mic, please.
Well, my mic is in my phone and I'm typing.
Ay. Let's just move on to the thing.
Oh.
God damn it, Kyoryu. Anyway, so let's get started with starting off the movie and the opening scenes. And we start with something that was teased at the end of... No! We start with something that was teased at the end of Thor Ragnarok, which was Thanos' ship closing in on Thor and Loki.
And we see the aftermath. And almost everybody is dead.
Well, apparently only half of the crew is dead. As is revealed later.
Silver, if that's true, where the hell were they at the end of the movie?
Hell if I know, but there was a line later that said Thor said that they killed half of his people.
Yep, and Diobot, at the end of the film, half of them were killed as well.
So, wait, there's only a quarter of the Asgardians left?
Probably.
That's bullshit. Hey, wait a minute.
Well,
Wait a minute. We aren't at that part yet.
I must have missed that line. But the thing is, the film basically makes it seem like Thor is the last Asgardian, besides the other character that comes around later.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. Something happened. I'm not sure. The movie doesn't really seem to make the movie doesn't really seem to want to explain it that much, and they sure as hell don't want to explain what the hell happened on Xandar because, yeah, of course the Nova Corps get the shaft.
Wait a minute.
Well, to be fair,
Xandar.
No, not that Xandar.
Ladies and gentlemen, why does the MCU hate the Nova Corps? Just straight up, the Nova Corps just... What have they even done in this, in the...
Silver, here's
movies?
the thing. The Nova Corps are essentially the cops.
Yeah, but...
What happens with the cops in every sort of big action movie?
Yeah, but the Nova Corps are much more than that. They're like the Green Lanterns of the Marvel universe. So they should get a lot more respect than just being the cops.
And they will, Silver, when they eventually do make a Nova movie. But until then, yeah.
Are you sure they're gonna make a Nova movie? Because it doesn't seem like they want to make a Nova movie.
They probably will eventually.
I'll believe it when I see it.
They are talking about that.
Wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
Ha! Told you!
And
Okay,
a Moon Knight
fine.
movie.
A what movie?
Moon Knight.
Moon Knight, okay. Also the talk of possibly having
there talks about a Moon Knight movie? Sweet, I love Moon Knight.
Also the talks of possibly having Gaku-Sano in the MCU.
That would be awesome.
It would indeed.
So wait. Captain America fighting alongside Guy.
Now that would be awesome.
Fanfiction writers, to your keyboards!
Kachidoki or Kiwami?
Kachidoki.
Kachidoki. DJ Gun?
DJ Gun.
Pretzel.
Anyways... And now a scene that I got teased to before the movie. Yeah, Thanos basically kills Loki.
Here's basically what happens. Loki, for those of you who don't remember, in the original Avengers movie, Loki was sent to Earth to basically get two things. Number one, to essentially, basically, well, for lack of a better term, give Earth a little bit of teaser of what's to come. And number two was to find the Tesseract, which, as you all know, currently is one of the Infinity Stones.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Loki, and for those of you who are saying, "Oh, I thought the Tesseract was destroyed on Asgard." No.
Don't you guys? And for those who think that,
you guys clearly don't know Loki. He would never leave someone like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Even when I was watching Thor Ragnarok and I saw him pass by the Tesseract, I'm like, yep, he's bringing the Tesseract with him. That won't bite him in the ass.
Spoilers! It did.
Yeah, I'll admit that him grabbing the Tesseract at the end of Thor Ragnarok was a smart move because, they could use that power eventually. But then it just left it as a magnet for Thanos to come get him. To come get it.
Yeah, and wait, hang on. Here's the question. Okay, so the Tesseract essentially is the Space Stone, and essentially has the Space Stone's power. Why didn't the Asgardians try and use that to basically, as well, for lack of a better term, a warp portal to different parts of space.
To be fair, it did fall to Earth a long time ago, and then they just recently got it back.
Mm-hmm.
Silver, you say Silver,
as
yes.
in between Avengers and between Avengers and Thor Ragnarok, they had the stone, but before that, no, they didn't.
Fair point. It's just a little distracting, but essentially what happens is Loki basically tries to assassinate Thanos, and so basically pretending to pledge his loyalty to him. But when he comes close to having a knife to his neck, Thanos basically says, "Yeah, no," and essentially basically stops it just as it is about to reach his neck.
And then chokes him to death.
Yep.
Not chokes him to death.
All
his neck.
All while Thor is forced to watch helpless.
Also, we have a Hulk.
Oh yeah, we have a Hulk.
That's right, okay.
And Thanos kicks his ass.
Yes. Yeah, Thor, Hulk basically gets a gamma-sized ass whooping from Thanos.
Luckily, he's saved from being killed thanks to Heimdall, before Heimdall dies. So basically, Thor is in the camp... sorry.
Rest in peace, Idris Elba. You shall be missed.
Well, at least his character.
Yes.
Which you will miss playing.
Yeah. But, yeah, Thor is basically in the camp of all my friends are dead.
Yep.
Yeah, I just quoted the book. Welcome back, Yoryu.
So where are we now?
Thanos blowing up the ship. After he kills everyone. So yeah, Thor lost his brother, he lost half his people, he lost his best friend. Yeah, poor Thor.
Honestly, Lee Silver, I think that what happened while yes, Thanos did kill half of the crew basically invading the ship, I think what happened was when he activated the Power Stone, yeah, that basically obliterated everyone else except Thor.
I mean, dear, but you also have to remember he probably just took the other half onto his ship for slaves.
That would make more sense.
Yeah. Anyways.
Would have been nice if they actually explained that, but
anyways, then we cut to Earth, where Hulk basically falls right on top of the Sanctum Sanctorum.
And of course, where we get the return,
through the ceiling.
where we get the return, of Sherlock. I mean Doctor Strange.
Yep, Benedict Cumberbatch, of course, makes his return as the eponymous Doctor, and yeah, he finds a naked Mark Ruffalo crash through his stairs.
Not really naked. It more like half clothed.
Yeah, half clothed.
And when Hulk reverts back to his human form, Banner only has one thing to say: Thanos is coming.
Yeah.
Praising Boom.
And in turn, taking the role of Silver Surfer from the comic.
Oh, yeah, that kind of reminds me of a joke. Strange. Banner! There's something you should know. What is it, Banner? I came. What? To this city. Oh, to give you a message. Thanos is coming. What? To this city. Oh.
How fitting to the 1.5Ds at the moment.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
Also,
And
Infinity Stones on motorcycles!
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Anywho, after we see the opening in credits, we cut to Pepper and Tony, who are essentially talking about their future, blah blah blah, romantic padding, blah 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 blah.
Also, they're getting married, so it's like, yay, they're getting married.
Well,
and then Doctor Strange shows up.
Are we sure that they're getting married and that they're not already married?
No, they said that they were getting married.
Oh.
Because you remember Tony gave Pepper a ring at the end of Homecoming?
Yeah, I remember.
Also, Pepper supposedly had a dream about them having a kid.
No, that was Tony.
Was it Tony? I thought it was Pepper.
It was Tony.
And then Doctor Strange congratulations on the wedding.
Congratulations on the engagement. Tony, I need your help.
And then Banner comes in. Hi, Tony.
Yeah. And so, after Tony's up to speed, and Hulk basically finds out the Avengers are toast, well, they get interrupted by, somebody's coming to take the stone, but it ain't Thanos. It is actually the children of Thanos.
The Black
and Squidward.
Shh. We'll get to that.
Yes.
It's coming up.
But
that is one of my favorite jokes in this movie. Just the get lost Squidward.
Thanos, aka the Black Order.
Yeah, but essentially Thanos has a bunch of henchmen and that he basically uses to carry out menial work.
Yep.
We have telekinesis. This guy, big hulking guy, girl under there to be the girl and spear wielding guy.
Yeah.
Why did we not see their names? Because they are never really said in the film. And quite frankly, we never really get any time to learn much about them.
The only one that we're going to say, give a name to is telekinesis guy, and we're just going to call him Squidward.
Well, I got it. Pissed off Squidward.
Pissed off Squidward.
French dub, it's Voldemort.
Yeah, that was pretty good. As for girl, we'll just call her Girl. We'll call the guy with the axe Discount Hulk. And then the spirit guy we'll just call what's his face?
Let's call him Lance.
Lance.
Okay. No, wait. I got it. We'll call him Bob.
We'll call him Bob. But shouldn't Discount Hulk be called Bob?
Yep.
We'll call the spear guy Dave.
Dave,
good
man.
Good idea. Though I feel we should kind of give the girl a name since we're giving Dave and Bob names.
We'll just call her Girl.
Anyway.
What do you want me to call her? Schmebulok?
No. Oh no.
Please tell me somebody got the reference.
Oh, I've got it. Demon Miley Cyrus.
God damn it! Oh, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna actually look up their names because I don't. Okay, their names are. The names for the characters are Ebony Maw, Proxima Midnight, who's the girl, Corvus Glaive is the spear guy, and Cull Obsidian. Are we going to remember these names? Not really.
Nope.
Although, Proxima does sound like a cool name, so might do that. Well, from what I've seen that they call we're still gonna call Ebony Maw Squidward. But I think that it'd be easier just saying Proxima, Glaive, and Obsidian when we mention them.
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
Anyway, so of course we have our four children of Thanos, and yeah, they end up squaring off against I believe it was Obsidian and Squidward.
It wasn't. Was it Obsidian?
It was the big guy with the axe.
Yeah. It was definitely him.
Because remember, Banner wanted to Hulk out, but Hulk. Okay, here's the thing that's definitely really interesting. Hulk is scared shitless throughout this entire movie.
Well, here's the thing. It's implied. They never outright state it, but it's obvious that he is.
Yeah. Like, he does not come out throughout the entire freaking movie.
And every time Banner tries to bring him out, Hulk says, "No!"
Yep. Anyways. So, and of course, Spider-Man ends up joining the fight. However...
we should probably explain why they're here. For those of you who didn't watch Doctor Strange, the Eye of Agamotto essentially has the Time Stone in it, and piss off Squidward and Bob here are basically been sent by Thanos to get it back.
No idea what the Eye of Agamotto is, the Time Stone.
Let's give a quick recap just so that everybody knows where the Infinity Stones are. So starting off, we have the Tesseract, which was with Loki before it was taken by Thanos. We have the Aether, which before the movie started was with the Collector on Nowhere. We have the Power Stone, which was in the protection of the Nova Corps before they got obliterated off screen. Thanks a lot, Marvel. We have the Mind Stone, which is currently inside Vision's head. So yeah, everybody knew where that was going. We have the Time Stone, which is within the Eye of Agamotto, which is under the protection of the sorcerers, and Doctor Strange, basically. And then we have the Soul Stone, which we don't know where it is, except for we learn later in the movie. Real quick, just a heads up for you people. For those of you who thought that it was in Wakanda, nope. And for those who thought it was in Heimdall, nope. I will admit that where it is a little bit of a letdown.
No, guys.
I honestly don't mind it since its location served a bigger purpose in the movie, and there was, of course, that surprise
So we'll get to that in a second.
Essentially,
you got one thing wrong. The Eye of Agamotto is the Time Stone, not the actual thing it's in.
That's fair.
Bad. Also,
funnily enough, where I am, Strange is the next film.
Here's one thing I'm surprised that Doctor Strange didn't try doing. I'm surprised he didn't try basically looping time over and over and saying to the two members of the Black Order, "I've come to bargain."
No, none of that meme. That meme died.
Dormammu, I've come to bargain.
It will never die, ever.
It will never die.
Also, I have been falling for 30 minutes.
Anyway.
Where's that from?
Ragnarok.
Oh, yeah.
So basically, Iron Man and Strange basically start to fight these two.
And don't forget Wong.
Of course, Wong, yes.
AKA
Wong
Team
is...
New York.
Who?
Team New York, as fans have come to collectively.
Team New York. I like that. And of course, the greatest Spider-Man of all time comes to join the fray. Like, let's be honest
Can we
here.
also mention
We
the
all love
Stan Lee
Tom
cameo?
Holland. Huh?
We're flipping over the Stan Lee cameo.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
right.
right!
He was the bus driver. Oh! What's the matter
not-
with you kids? It's like you've never seen a spaceship before.
He's not the
That was brilliant. I love that.
Oh,
the
that was...
only comic book creator in this film.
Wait, what?
Don't you mean a giant flying Krispy Kreme donut?
Silver.
Yes.
Thanos' creator.
Wait. What?
Yeah, he's in the film.
Wait,
Where?
what? Where?
And wait, who's Thanos' creator?
Jim Starlin,
Oh.
aka the man who wrote the comic that this film is based on.
Okay, flood them enlighten us. Where is he?
Let me look.
Anyways. Yeah, so Spider-Man ends up joining the fray. We get a small cameo from Ned. I like Ned. Unfortunately, this one doesn't have a school survival guide. You know, I had to make the joke.
And wait, so while they do try their best to fend off these who members of the Black Order, unfortunately it ends with them getting away with Doctor Strange's body.
Well, and his mind. They get away with the entirety of Doctor Strange.
Mm-hmm.
However, Iron Man and Spider-Man are able to give chase.
And then Tom Holland decides to take a little space trip.
Yeah.
So essentially what happens is, as the ship is basically rising into the atmosphere here, Tony basically asks for Friday to send something to Peter. This something being the Iron Spider suit.
Oh,
Because
it was so good.
Which you can wear if you pre-order the Spider-Man game.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's right. You can actually. Yeah, it's there's the Spider Punk, the Iron Spider, but there's a third one that hasn't been revealed yet. It's supposed to be revealed in July.
Now, dear Bob,
Oh,
how were the Iron Spider and Iron Man's new suits possible? Nanomachine, son.
Yeah. Tony basically got a new suit in this movie, which essentially uses nanomachines to basically make him into a Swiss Army knife.
it's basically based off of the bleeding edge armor from the comics.
Yeah. Which instead of being the bleeding edge, instead of being inside the chest piece, the bleeding edge was inside Tony's bones.
Hang on, let me actually look this up. I want to see what it looks like here. Bleeding edge armor.
However, and for some odd reason, the MCU wiki is referring to it as Mark 50.
I mean, makes sense because that is the Mark 50.
Yes, but in terms of
Okay, I see it. And it looks okay. Okay, I don't know. I always prefer. As much as I like the slimmed down Iron Man suits, I prefer when they have the classic shoulder pads and such.
Did somebody say shoulder pads? Shoulder pads! Ah! Hut.
Anyway, so
Well, if I may, real quick, the Iron Spider suit looks freaking awesome.
mm-hmm.
oh hell yeah, it does.
Oh.
I love this. I love the look of it. Though honestly, as much as I like it, I honestly prefer how it looked in the comics a little bit better. Have you ever seen how it looked in the comics?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Also, a bit of trivia to the Mark 50. It's actually based on the Mark 51 in the comics.
Huh.
Oh.
Well, that's funny.
Or
As
as it's known, the model Prime armor.
Okay.
Or this armor.
Pretty cool.
But I do like how the Iron Spider suit looks in the movie, but I honestly prefer how it looked in the comics. The golden red just looks real cool to me.
All right. Now, real quick before we get back to Thor, we do I think that we should cover starting off with some of the stuff that's happening with Vision and Scarlet Witch, because this does focus on them a little bit.
And
now
Vision has went incognito in the one country nobody loves to fluke. He goes to Scotland.
Yeah. And in particular, Edinburgh. Which is actually
where Silver will be going.
Yep, exactly. Where I'll get to meet Kyoryu.
Good luck getting out of that maze.
Yes, Silver. Edinburgh's basically a giant maze.
That's why I'll have a guide. Points to Kyoryu.
Yeah. If you want a guide to all the restaurants, by all means. If you want a guide for the city, no.
We'll see what happens. Anyways, so yeah, Scarlet Witch and Vision are just like spending time together, and then all of a sudden Vision gets attacked.
If I may speak about this real quick, I've heard complaints from people about how these two get a little too much screen time,
and they barely do anything.
Honestly, I think this was inevitable because, let's be fair, when we found out that the Vision was powered by the Mind Stone, and we knew Thanos was coming, we knew that would mean that Vision's life would be on the line.
Yeah,
so the fact that there is focus on Vision, and basically, well, we're not us basically hoping that Vision somehow survives this. Honestly, it's logical. It makes sense that they would do this.
But the thing about it is that they definitely nerfed Vision in this movie. Like, he barely did anything, and the same goes for Scarlet Witch, too. It's like, sure, she had a bit more fighting compared to Vision, but at the end of the day, she did jack shit.
Well, honestly, Silver, I have two explanations one for each character as to why they weren't able to do as much in this movie.
Okay.
Firstly, when we first see Vision attacked by that spear weapon,
that was a jump scare in and of itself. I was not expecting that at all.
I was not either. But the thing is, while yes, it did only damage his skin, we don't really know if it did anything else. So what I personally believe is that the reason that they stabbed him with the spear was because it basically weakens him. I think that's the reason why he wasn't able to do as much. As for Scarlet Witch, well, remember, her powers are chaos magic. And what is chaos magic tied into?
The Infinity Stones?
Not quite.
Her emotions.
Bingo! And did you see all those emotions she was experiencing throughout the movie? Sending her on the battlefield like that? That would have been the equivalent of sending Raven out.
Yeah,
when she was
fair.
Emotionally unstable.
Yeah, that's fair.
No.
Now, sorry.
So of course, the two fight the girl and Day.
Proxima and Glaive.
Wait, hold on. Hang on.
Yes.
hang on.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Proxima and who again?
Glaive. God damn it, DLBot! That's it, black hole, now!
I had to!
And you also have to leave. We'll bring him back eventually, but he needs a timeout.
So yeah.
But yeah, and they're kind of getting their asses handed to them until one of the best scenes in the movie. The cavalry, to quote Tracer, the cavalry is here.
Yeah, Banner made a few phone calls.
Yep. So Black Widow, Falcon, and of course, Steve motherfucking Rogers shows up.
Just unplugging my charger and that.
Alright, fine, DL. You can be brought back in.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. But don't do that again or else.
So to be fair, we had to make a Toku reference at one point. Otherwise this wouldn't really be the Toku roundup.
For those who are wondering what he did, he posted a picture of Kamen Rider Glaive.
Though actually thinking about at the thought of Kamen Rider Glaive as a member of the Black Order, now that would be kind of awesome.
Anyways,
sorry about that.
So luckily, the cavalry comes in the form of.
Can we talk about this? About how essentially the reveal happens?
Well, it starts off with Black Widow and Falcon coming in to.
No, not quite. Basically, what happens is Scarlet Witch and Vision, they are pinned down, but Proxima sees that a train is basically driving by, and behind the train there is a silhouetted figure. She then throws her weapon at the silhouetted figure, and out of the shadows emerges Steve Rogers.
And in my theater, I saw this opening night. My theater exploded in applause.
Same went for the theater I saw this in.
Just like Steve basically got a standing ovation for his reveal. It was so good and so powerful. Just everybody loved it.
The reveal was fucking badass. In a world of hulking gamma giants, magic wizards and such, this scene reminds you why Captain America, why Steve Rogers stands with the greats.
Mm-hmm.
Why he is one of the greats.
They don't call him Captain America for nothing. And just, yeah, it is really good, that intro. So, of course, they decide that they need to gather, and we'll catch up with them in a bit, but from here it basically splits off into 4 different storylines. However, to get to the 4th storyline, we have to talk about the 3rd, and that's the Guardians of the Galaxy finding the,
Basically, they detected a distress beacon from Thor's ship, though, well, they're a bit too late.
Yep. And then Thor crashes into their windshield.
Yep.
Also.
And this spawns one of my favourite scenes from this film. Star-Lord trying to outman Thor.
We're getting to that. So, of course, the Guardians bring him aboard his ship. Yep. And I love the comment from Drax.
It's like, who's this dude? He's not a dude. This is a man.
This is a man.
Oh, man.
But he's an alien angel.
God damn it!
And so then we have.
I've been seeing that meme so much I couldn't help myself.
So yeah, Thor basically wants to, so Thor,
Who
after
the hell are you guys?
oh yes, who the hell are you guys? But yeah, Thor basically ends up, after the Guardians save him, he basically is like, I need to go. I need to get to Nidavellir.
Nidavellir.
I don't speak Norse.
It's Nidavellir.
Nerd!
Yeah, exactly. I would call Dielbot a critic, but you know what? I gotta agree with that. Nerd.
The reason being, he needs a new weapon.
Oh,
Yep.
now, for those of you who didn't watch Thor Ragnarok, first off, what the hell is wrong with you? Secondly,
you're talking to someone who hasn't seen the film.
You have a good reason.
Yes. Okay. For those of you in the audience who have not seen Thor Ragnarok, here's the deal. In the movie, yeah, Thor lost Mjolnir.
Yeah, Hela broke it. With her bare hands. She just grabbed the hammer and crushed it.
Yeah. Now, for the record, Thor still has his powers of lightning, but he does not have the hammer anymore.
Yep.
Mjolnir is gone. And no, it can't be rebuilt. It's gone.
Yep. Meaning he's gonna need a new weapon, so he takes Rocket and Groot with him to go and take care of this.
Well, Rocket volunteers.
Yeah, let's be honest, Rocket. Yeah. Rocket's kind of an asshole.
Or as Thor calls him,
But
Rabbit.
he's a lovable kind of asshole.
He is the lovable kind of asshole.
And let's be fair,
he's so adorable.
Yeah. And plus, we get to see Groot go through his teenage phase.
Oh God.
I'll admit,
Teenage Groot was hilarious. Though, let's be fair here, he is nowhere near as endearing as Baby Groot.
I guess.
Also, Dielbot. Chris Pratt trying to do a Thor impression.
Oh God. That was hilarious.
Okay, and this is one thing that I have to admire about the movie is that there are so many great character matchups here. We've got Tony and Doctor Strange. We've got Thor and Star-Lord. We've got Tony and Star-Lord. We've got Doctor Strange and Star-Lord. We have so many different character mashups, and let's be honest here, if you put Chris Pratt, Robert Downey Jr., and Benedict Cumberbatch in the same room, it's gonna be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And it was awesome.
You're damn right.
Meanwhile, the rest of the Guardians...
That is one of the major highlights of this movie that I will admit. The chemistry between all the actors in this movie is amazing.
And tying it all together, Tom freaking Holland. We all love Tom Holland. You all love Tom Holland. He is the greatest Spider-Man of all time.
Actually, I can't wait for Can't wait for the second Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, but well, there could be a bit of complications with that.
Silver, shush.
I'm just giving you guys the troll face right now.
Now, okay. Meanwhile, the other Guardians go to nowhere.
Yep. And
wait. And before anyone says anything, no, we will not find a cowardly dog named Courage here. Here, get that thought out of your head.
God damn it. Anyways, and Gamora ends up telling Peter something kind of dark that I was very confused on when I first saw the movie, is that she has a secret, and if Thanos gets her, then that could be the end. So Peter has to kill her if Thanos gets his hands on her.
And thus the two kiss. Also, I loved how Drax basically was standing there with a bag of chips watching.
Jesus Christ, Drax. Jesus Christ.
Now, after this, since we cut to Wakanda.
Well, let's start. Well, let's. There's so many different ways we can. From here, basically, the story goes in 4 different directions. So I say that we start from where. I say that we start off by. We'll do this in 4 parts. Let's start off with Iron Man and Doctor Strange's story, okay? Then we'll go to the Guardians, then we'll go to the quote-unquote Avengers, and then we'll go to Thor, okay?
Also, the thought just occurred to me as to how clever the pairing of Doctor Strange and Tony is. It's magic and technology.
Also, the fact that they were both Sherlock.
I am disappointed there was not a joke made about that. I was severely disappointed.
What, like...
Want to know the reason?
What, like Doctor Strange saying no shit, Sherlock?
Something like that, yes, something, anything.
Hang on, what? Reason?
Yes, what?
The Russo brothers said that it was too obvious.
Oh, bullshit! Bullshit!
Also, I'd like to preface another thing. Both were rich people who prided themselves on their line of work, but then something happened to them that made them rethink their lives.
That's fair.
Fair point, but I think the main thing they were going for was magic versus technology sort of thing, because if you know...
Spider-Man was kind of just in the middle.
Peter was kind of the neutral party here.
Yeah, that's fair.
Also, Silver, I've got something prepared for when we get to Thor's story.
Oh, God.
Okay. So... Oh, sorry. So we'll be really quick with this one because it's pretty simple of all that happens. Basically, that with pissed off Squidward putting Doctor Strange in a torture chamber, basically.
Putting him on ice.
God damn it. However, Spider-Man ends up coming up with a plan as usual, saying, "You remember that old movie, Aliens?"
Oh yeah, that's right!
I love Tom Holland. Let's just get this out of the way again. I love Tom Holland.
Tom Holland is Spider-Man, and he is like the physical embodiment of everything that Spider-Man should be.
Yes.
He makes several pop culture references, and doing it all while spinning a web any size.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, he doesn't look too bad in drag.
So essentially, what happens is Tony essentially.
I just love how DL just completely ignores it.
So what essentially happens is Tony.
You will not ignore me, DLbot.
Silver, you're interrupting me. That's rude.
I'm trying to get a reaction out of you.
You will not. Anyway, moving on. So essentially, what happens is Tony, he essentially
You're no fun.
Lee corner his pissed off Squidward and essentially manages to send it to blow a hole in the space inside of the spaceship to send through an amount just into the cold vacuum space while of course Peter manages to save the Doctor.
Yep. So good thinking, Peter. Also, you're no fun, DL.
Anyway.
Alright, and of course, then we have the personality clash of Tony and Steven. And it is glorious.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing is, all throughout the movie, Tony basically said one thing to Doctor Strange, and that is this. Yes. Yes. Give up the time stone so we can destroy it. Yes. But remember that for those of you who watched Doctor Strange, you'll remember that Doctor Strange and of course several of these sorcerers made an oath to protect the time stone. And they can't really protect something if it's shattered to pieces.
Exactly.
And Steven's a bit of an asshole. One point where he basically says, as if it comes down to the time stone, your life and the kids, I won't give up the time stone.
To be fair, I can see where he's coming from, but yeah, dick move, Strange.
Yeah.
Anyways, so they end up piloting it to where the destination was, which was the desert planet of Titan. But we'll get to that when we get to that. In the meanwhile, the Guardians go to nowhere. Insert Courage the Cowardly Dog theme song here.
Though actually, before I remember what happened was we got a very interesting scene where we essentially got a flashback to Gamora's past.
Oh yeah, that.
On how Thanos, quote-unquote, rescued her.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Also, that entire scene inside the Soul Stone.
Hang on, we're not at that point yet. We keep jumping around a bunch. Anyway, so...
But,
at nowhere, it appears that the Collector is, that Thanos is looking for the Reality Stone and is, going to kill the Collector. But, of course,
So the Guardians attempt to try a triangulated move where they essentially just try to steal the stone and leave. But Gamora basically
gets in the way.
Well, not really. Well, Drax tries to. But essentially, Gamora pulls a Leroy Jenkins and charges in and then fights Thanos.
To be fair, it would have worked. However, Thanos already got the Reality Stone.
Yeah, the nowhere that they've been seeing, it's an illusion.
Yep, to quote Admiral Akbar, it's a trap.
No, here's a better idea. Fooled you!
Okay, that's fair. And yeah, then Gamora gets taken. Drax ends up falling to pieces. Mantis ends up falling to pieces. And it's down to...
So
yes,
Thor
that
tries
happens.
to kill
So
Gamora.
essentially, we get a very, very touching scene where basically Gamora begs for Peter to end her life. Even Thanos taunting him to do it. And it all ends with them saying they love each other. But just when Peter is about to pull the trigger, just when he's about to end it all, bubbles come out. And Thanos essentially turns his gun into bubbles, and then takes Gamora and leaves.
And he says to Star-Lord, "I like you, kid."
Just, that's so... Oh, man.
And that scene is even more touching if you know what happens later on.
Oh, man. Oh, that just, like, holy shit. Also, the CGI in that, holy crap, that was really cool CGI. Like,
yeah.
Like, actually seeing Mantis, like, falling apart into, like, strings, you're just like, whoa.
So, would you say that there are no strings on her?
Wrong movie, DL. You're thinking 3 years ago.
Sorry, had to be done.
Now, Every time I see the Collector in this movie, do you know who I'm reminded of?
Who?
Who?
Mark Hamill is the Cockknocker.
The who?
Oh dear God.
Oh dear God.
If you look at the designs, they've kind of got a similar look to them.
Who is the Cockknocker?
He's the Jedi Master, son.
Oh, it's that guy. What movie is he from?
Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back.
Okay then, I've never seen that movie. I don't really plan on seeing that movie. Anyways, so then we cut back, or, well, should we talk about Gamora's scenes real quick?
I mean, that's after we get some of the Force scenes.
Yeah.
That's fair, but we're going in these in just covering everything all at once before we get to the big climactic scenes.
Mm-hmm.
It's just to make it easier, just so that we're not jumping back and forth.
Yep.
So, yeah, Gamora and Thanos... Well, Thanos tries to have a touching scene with his adopted daughter.
And this is where we honestly get the biggest aspect from Thanos that was changed from the comics. Okay, now then, for those of you who basically have read the comics, you know that Thanos was, well, he's a monster. He's insane. He believes in wanting to watch the world burn. However, his intentions are kind of well, hilarious when you realize that he's doing it all to impress a girl.
Yeah.
No, I'm not kidding.
He's trying to impress the embodiment of death.
Mm-hmm.
Did we mention the comics are weird? Because they are.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, Mildred could tell us a bunch about that. I'm surprised we don't have Mildred in this call.
Oh, and that's not where, and that's not even, and that's not.
I don't think Mildred's seen Infinity War yet.
He hasn't.
Okay.
Oh, and that's not
Hang on.
the weird part. Thanos creates a Rule 63 version of himself in the comics with the Infinity Gauntlet.
Wait, what?
Yep.
Oh, good God.
Sorry about that. My mom just got home. Anyway.
And then we see Nebula.
Yeah. Thanos tried to torture Nebula.
Yeah, basically what happened was at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 2, turns out she basically tried to assassinate Thanos. It did not work out, and she was basically held prisoner.
Bam.
I mean,
how the mighty doth fallen.
I mean,
rip Karen Gillan.
I mean, dear, but you could say that after she tried to kill Thanos, she was really breaking apart.
Boo!
Hey guys, considering she's played by Karen Gillan, I think she's gonna need a doctor after that.
Wow.
No.
No.
Okay, so.
Cure you! You damn you pot, Thanos!
Oh, wait. Speaking of Thanos, we haven't really gotten to his motivation as to why he's doing this.
Well, we'll get to that in a second, since since it's explained later.
Well, actually, it's explained. He says it in the scene when he's talking to Gamora.
Right.
Down.
Yep. And honestly, call me crazy, or call all of us crazy, but his goal actually kind of makes sense in a twisted way. Yeah. Here's the thing, guys.
He has a good cause. He's just doing twisted means.
He's still fucking evil, but he does have a reasonable cause. Yes.
Guys, okay. The thing about it is that, so literally before this recording, before we started this recording, I came back from my microeconomics class that I am taking as my final GUR for college. And looking at it from that standpoint, yeah, this does make a lot of sense. The fact that resources are finite, resources are scarce, and too much people means that those resources get used up a lot faster. So Thanos basically saying, yeah, reduce the population, it makes sense on an economic level, though it probably doesn't make too much sense on a moral level. But he's thinking of this like an economist.
I mean, there's two solutions to this problem. You either cut the amount of people needing the supplies, or you find a way to make the supplies greater.
Basically, it's the pizza party problem. You either have more pizza or you have less party. Also, thank you to one of my math professors for giving that thing in a very, very heavily European accent. He basically, whenever he says pizza party, he says pizza party. You have to have more pizza or you have less party. I am totally botching his accent, but trust me, it's pretty hilarious.
Whenever I hear the word party, East Scotsman, and I automatically start to think of the Hellsinger Bridge intro.
Oh God.
Party.
Jesus Christ. Anyways, so basically Thanos is like, I'll kill her. I'll do it. Tell me where the Soul Stone is. I'll do it.
Yeah, that's the big secret that Gamora was keeping. She knows where the Soul Stone is.
Yep. And of course, not wanting Nebula to die, Gamora basically says where it is. Vormir. Which I don't know if that planet has significance in the comics.
Let me look it up.
Okay.
Vormir?
Yeah. I believe it's spelled Vormir.
Vormir.
No, it's apparently an MC. It's only been referenced in a handbook.
Okay then. Well, that's interesting then.
Anyway.
I mean, on the wiki, it's basically just. I think it was just created for this universe.
Anyways, Nebula ends up escaping due to some ingenuity thanks to her cybernetics. And she basically contacts Star-Lord and the others, basically saying, get to Titan.
She specifically contacts Mantis.
Yeah. So yeah, there's that whole thing, and thus we finish the Guardians part of this section. So, next up we have... Oh, wait. Oh, we almost forgot. We gotta get to the Soul Stone. In which they go to the area, and something that just made everyone's eyes widen. The Guardian of the Soul Stone is the fucking Red Skull.
And also, Diabot, I would like to mention one thing.
My God, it's the return of Hugo Weaving!
Actually, he's not played by Hugo Weaving.
Wait, what?
He's played by He's played by Ross Marquand.
Huh.
Yeah.
Hugo Weaving has actually gone on record saying that after the first Avenger, he has not wanted to play Red Skull again.
He hated wearing the makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, understandable.
Now, I'd like to make a quote from Zeltrax. When he saw the Red Skull, guess what he could think about?
What?
Skeletor from the Masters of the Universe movie.
Oh God.
Now you can't get out of your heads.
Good God. Are we gonna have an after credits scene of the Red Skull rising from that lake that Thanos woke up in after he got the Soul Stone?
Oh yeah, spoiler warning, Thanos gets the Soul Stone. However,
at the
we
cost
learned
of
that
his daughter.
I was going to say, hey, the thing is, you can have the Soul Stone, But the thing is, you want the soul, you've got to give up a soul. And it has to be someone that you love dear.
And this is where we get to see some of the humanity that is still left in Thanos.
This is where we learn that Thanos, despite what you may think, Thanos really does care about Gamora. He sees her as his daughter. He really does care about her. He's not using her as the means to the end. I honestly thought, when I first saw this, was that this was the reason he essentially brought in Gamora, because he knew basically about the whole sacrifice thing. But no, this is a surprise to him as it is to us. The most shocking thing for any person who's familiar with Thanos is when he finds out about the price you have to pay, he starts crying.
And then Red Skull basically says he's not crying for himself, he's crying for someone he loves.
You. Those tears aren't for him. They're for you.
And it's just like, holy crap!
Sorry,
just despite the fact that Thanos is kind of a dick, he did care about Gamora. It feels kind of like the whole rebellious child thing of Gamora being like, "I hate you, father," and Thanos is just like, "I just want your love. You're tearing me apart, Gamora."
And then
he throws her over the side.
Yeah, because
to her death.
It definitely looks like it tore into him, because while he does want to succeed in his goal, he doesn't want to lose his daughter either.
No.
This was obviously a tough decision for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And honestly, the fact that they made Thanos have humanity and dimension to him, I commend them for that. It was honestly interesting to see that.
Yep, but now Thanos has 4 Infinity Stones, which means there's only 2 left. The ones from Earth. The one held by Doctor Strange that is currently in transit to Titan, and the one left on Earth that's being defended by Earth's mightiest heroes.
And is within Vision.
Now let's get to that story, shall we? Or should we get to Thor first?
Which came first?
Like I've said multiple times, that they jump around a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
Also, by the way,
I say we get to Thor and then we'll end off with that one.
Silva, you do realize the Titan they're mentioning is actually Jupiter's moon Titan in the universe?
Oh, it is?
Really? I did not know that.
Thanos in the Marvel Comics is from the solar system.
Well, okay then.
Huh. Neat.
I thought it was a planet called Titan.
So did I.
Titan, one of Jupiter's moons, is like nearly a couple of times size of bigger than Earth.
Well,
even for being a moon.
That's no moon.
That's Thanos' home world.
Exactly.
I mean, you could say when Thanos came to Titan, the whole plan was an attack on Titan.
God damn it, Kyoryu!
He's not wrong.
Let's just get to fucking Captain America and talk about that really quickly. Yes, thank you, DLBot, for banishing him to the black hole.
I didn't do that.
I didn't do that either.
I didn't do it.
He vanished.
He must have done it himself.
Mm-hmm.
Should we bring him back?
Let's bring him back.
You're not allowed to get away with that easily.
I put myself in the black hole.
Anyways, so of course we get to them finding Rhodey, who, yeah, he now has to use cybernetics to use his legs now, which kind of sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For those of you who didn't watch Civil War, or essentially what happened was during a fight, Rhodey's
fight.
Yes. During a said fight, Rhodey's legs were injured, and he was basically, paralyzed from the waist down.
Thanks to Vision.
Yeah. And we also see the return of Thunderbolt Ross, who is still one of the biggest dicks in the Marvel Universe.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, after everybody all meets up, it's time to go to Wakanda with the greatest king in the world.
Evacuate the city.
Shh. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
Also, I love the scene where one of his guys basically says, "This is not what I imagined and when he talks about opening things up to the outside world.
Yeah.
What did you imagine? The Olympics?
Yeah,
Starbucks?
Yeah, maybe open a Starbucks. The frickin' Starbucks, Jesus Christ. As somebody who is native to Seattle, I love that. I love that. I just love that quote just so much.
And then Bruce is like, "Wait, how do I react to this?" And he's who was it that said? It was Brody that said bow, and he's like, "We don't do that." And he said, "We don't do that here."
Let's be honest here. Black Panther is great. Like,
oh, absolutely.
And now we get to see where the nanomachine suits that Tony has is based on. They're based off the Black Panther technology.
Makes sense.
The suit was essentially given to him from Wakanda.
Yep. Anyways, and so they basically talk a bit on what they're going to do regarding getting the stone out of Vision's head so that they can destroy it. Because apparently Wanda's powers can destroy it. Somehow.
Honestly, it does make sense. The Mind Stone owns energy. He is similar to Scarlet Witch's powers, which were demonstrated in Age of Ultron. So when you think about it that way, it does make sense.
As well, they did come from the Mind Stone.
Also, Wakanda is giving the Winter Soldier a hand.
It doesn't explain how Quicksilver can get super speed from the Mind Stone, but you know what? Whatever.
Okay. Then we also have Bucky Barnes as Winter Soldier reappearing. He got himself a new arm.
And he is now known as White Wolf.
Who in the comics was T'Challa's brother.
Huh?
Who in the comics was T'Challa.
We come to one of the best lines in the entire film.
Kyoryu, Flutter was about to speak.
Oh, sorry.
Was T'Challa's adoptive brother, who was white.
It's just I can't hear him.
Okay.
I can't hear him on this end for some reason.
Anyways, so of course Thanos is sending in his legions, which are kind of like, these guys are kind of like the Marvel equivalent to Darkseid's parademons, I guess. I don't know.
And then we get to the best line in the film.
Thanos' design was based off of Darkseid.
Idiobot.
Right. Oh yes. Okay, so the question: Who gets to say the line?
I want to say the line.
I wanna.
I don't wanna.
We each say one part.
Wait. Hold it. I've got the perfect solution. Randomize the wheel.
Okay.
Alright. Jody, are you interested?
Turn. Tell us the lesson that we should learn.
Scotsman, are you interested in this?
No, wait a minute. How do we not know you're just going to put your name on it and just have it spent out?
Oh. Have I ever done that before?
No.
I'm just being safe.
Fair.
I am a fair man. Flutter. Alright then. Apply wheel changes. So Scotsman, you don't want any part in this?
No, because I cannot do a Wakandan.
Alright then. Here we go. And we shall now spin the wheel. Damn it, Silver gets to do it.
Yeah! Evacuate the city. Engage all defenses. And get this man a shield. Oh, we all love that line so much.
It's simple but effective.
And it can be memeable.
Yes, it is.
Like, for example, the Power Rangers movie. Get this movie a sequel.
Or get this man a shield. Points to Kamen Zangetsu.
Yes.
No. Okay. Then we cut to some of the returning tribes from Black Panther and some very, 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 very enthusiastic fighters.
Yep.
Also, Bruce gets to wield the frickin' and the Hulkbuster armor.
Yep. However, we're going to wait for a second on that battle because since it does tie into Thor, let's finish off his story first. So they make it to Nidavellir. Whatever.
But it's kind of not working.
Yeah, Thanos kind of fucked that place up.
And this is where we actually learn that apparently the lead dwarf played by none other than Peter Dinklage,
which feels actually so weird. His head is so big. He's so big and his head is huge. Like I looked at while I was watching it, I saw that. I didn't even recognize that it was Peter Dinklage at first. I was like, later it was me being like, he looks familiar. But initially I was like, oh my god, your head is huge. It's just like, Jesus Christ. Did somebody put the big head mod from GoldenEye on you?
And then you learn that there were 300 dwarves on Nidavellir, and now there's but one.
And
do we care, Flutter?
Flutter, let it go.
Hey, if you want to cringe at mispronunciations of that name, back when we were doing that one RPG that I've mentioned before, Lore Keeper, we'd always pronounce it Nidavellir.
Oh god.
So honestly, I don't give a fuck about how it's pronounced. I'll call it Schwartenhain for all I care.
Well, it's Merkheim as well. It can be also referred to as Merkheim.
Flutter, if you keep complaining, we'll send you to the black hole. Okay, moving on. Like you do.
And this is where we actually learn the origin of the gauntlet. Apparently, Thanos came to here in order to have the dwarf forge it.
King Atri.
And then he killed them.
And he cut off his hands.
No, he froze his hands.
Oh shit.
In liquid hot magma.
Jesus.
Jeez, talk about having cold hands.
That poor guy.
And thus we learn that Thor is now to get an axe.
Yep. He's got an axe to grind with. He's got an axe to grind with Thanos.
This is essentially. This is where we learn that apparently lead weapon itself being forged was called Stormbreaker, and essentially it could actually call upon the power of the Bifrost fridge as well.
Well,
which is useful.
But there's two different names for the axe: Stormbreaker and Stormbringer.
It's Stormbreaker.
I prefer Stormbringer.
Moving on.
So essentially, Thor wants the dwarf to basically forge his weapon. However, the thing is, currently the facility is out of power.
But luckily,
and it's frozen.
But luckily, Thor is able to light the spark.
And is powered up.
I'm trying to
explosion of a star.
I'm trying to think of a reference here. Oh, I got it. I think it not a thing in sight. I think it's time to burn down deep inside and light it up. I'm sorry, I had to make a reference to that song because that song is freaking amazing.
But yeah, the explosion of a star ends up powering the forge.
Yep, he restarts a freaking star. How cool is that?
Mm-hmm.
But of course, it gets cooler when he basically has to keep the lens open.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like you'll die if you stand right in the wake of a star. Challenge accepted.
Also, we mentioned that Thor got a new eye.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They basically gave him the Kano treatment.
Although according to Thor, it was being a bit buggy, but basically, Rocket was in a poker game with some guy. The guy won, but Rocket still took his eye.
Yeah.
Also, guess what else Atri had forged in that had to forge on his realm?
What?
Mjolnir.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
well, that was kind of implied.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
And then we also have
actually in the biography of his character, it's actually outright stated.
Well, yeah, we know that. He said it.
But it's not. But it's not stated directly in the movie, Flutter.
Oh, okay then.
Anyways.
And then get me the handle. Get me the handle.
Of course, there is no handle, so Groot takes a lesson in badass and cuts off his own freaking arm.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, arms grow back.
Well, at least tree people's arms grow back. Also, something regarding Groot. Thor speaks Groot. Apparently, it's an elective on Asgard.
Mm-hmm.
I love that line so much, especially since I've spent the last 8 years in high school and college. 4 in each. That just resonates with me on so many levels.
Well, it was an elective. And then we get to see four reach for the axe.
Mm-hmm.
Thanos is done fucked up.
Yep. Because you've got a pissed off Asgardian going after your ass.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, in the Battle of Wakanda,
I could speak.
Well, should we do Wakanda first, or should we do the battle of what? Sorry, Flutter.
In my opinion, Stormbreaker is the perfect medium of Mjolnir and Yarnbjorn.
Yarnbjorn?
It's the axe that Thor ends up getting to replace Mjolnir in the comics.
Oh, okay. I'll admit it is really cool. And I like the wooden feel of it. The fact that with Groot's arm, it really just works for the weapon.
It does.
Yeah, just straight up.
And guess what else Yarnbjorn was known by?
What?
The Wrecker of Worlds.
Oh.
And that's what it looks like.
I prefer Stormbreaker.
Let me see here. Yeah, same.
I just like the wooden feel of it. It's good.
Funnily enough, Nita Veller was also where Yarnbjorn was forged.
I mean, that's fair, considering, yeah, that's kind of where the dwarves are. The dwarves, of course, would forge Thor's weapons. Anyway, so back on Titan, yeah, our trio of heroes end up crash landing there, and they end up meeting up with the Guardians of the Galaxy after a big fight, which nearly ends with everybody pointing guns at each other and being like, "Don't move or I blow his head off! Don't move or I blow his head off! Don't move or I blow your head off!"
I love how Deathstream basically says as to Peter, or what master do you serve? And so I said, what am I supposed to say? Hey, Jesus? And Tony says, you're from Earth. And Peter says, yeah, from Michigan. And he says, that's Earth. Missouri.
Yeah. Also, Footloose the greatest, or is Footloose the greatest movie of all time? It never was.
No, is Footloose still the greatest movie of all time?
It never was.
You could see Stallers giving Peter the death glare.
Yeah. To be fair, I've never seen Footloose either, so...
Same, I only know the song.
I think that this definitely is an interesting thing, because comparing new age kids to the oldies, yeah, a lot of stuff gets lost in the woodwork, and I think that Footloose is one of those.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest here, people. Who even has watched Footloose? Yeah, not many of us. Anyway, so after Nebula shows up and basically is like, or actually wait, no, Nebula doesn't show up till later. But basically everybody's like, we need to stop Thanos. Doctor Strange is coming up with all the different possibilities that they could go with for future.
And unfortunately for them, there is only one possibility where they win.
Out of 14 billion.
Out of 14,605 million.
Yep.
Yeah. Doctor Strange having a seizure.
This is why I need to switch. This is why Strange needs to switch to decaf.
And
also Star-Lord being like, I like your plan. It sucks. So let me do it.
Except it sucks. So let me do it.
Freaking. Once again, these three personalities all together in the same room. Like, we all love this movie. We all love this movie so much.
Even the one of us who hasn't even seen this movie, I love what I've heard.
Anyway, so Thanos ends up showing up. And basically gives some backstory to our heroes. And the main reason why he is an economist.
Yeah.
Turns out Titan was a very prosperous world, but unfortunately overpopulation and
then it all changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
No, overpopulation and the
Sorry.
May I continue?
Yes.
Yes.
But yeah, overpopulation and squandering of resources ended up reducing it to being to being the wasteland that it is. Huh. I'm getting a lot of Pikmin 3 vibes. Also, god damn it, Kyoryu.
Funny that Pikmin is in the picture.
Yeah, I know. Anyways, so of course they have their big fight and stuff.
And we get some pretty nice moments. My favorite moment, especially from that fight with Thanos, is when Star essentially puts a bomb on his back. Doctor Strange sets him through a portal, and just as he's about to jump in, Peter flips Thanos the bird and says, "Boom!"
And then once he's restrained, let's just say Peter learns the truth.
Well, the thing is, their plan isn't to beat Thanos. It's just to get the gauntlet off him, and they nearly do.
Until Peter learns what happened to Gamora.
Yep, and Peter loses his shit. Nice job breaking it, hero.
And is now the most emotionally broken character in the MCU.
Oh boy.
Poor Peter. He's lost pretty much almost everyone he cares about. He's lost. Now on top of losing his dad, his mom. To be fair, his dad was a dick.
He's lost his mother. He's lost his adopted father, and now he's lost his fucking girlfriend.
Yep.
To quote David Hasselhoff from Guardians Inferno, he didn't learn parenting his daddy was a planet.
And, well, I mean, his father did technically... Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 was weird.
It was. But it was still a good movie. Anyways. So... yeah. And Thanos nearly kills Tony.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Tony,
I was surprised Tony didn't straight up die right there.
And Tony can go a good hell on Thanos. All that for a speck of blood.
But yeah, and of course Doctor Strange ends up giving up the Time Stone for Tony, which shows that he does actually care, because if recall what we had talked about earlier, the fact that he said if it was between the Time Stone and you or the boy, I'd protect the Time Stone. But in here, he's doing the opposite.
Yep.
Maybe that's because he knows that it's the only way. But
here's something that my parents and I have talked about. What if there's a reason that Strange gave it the Time Stone, and it wasn't just to save Tony's life? What if it's part of a bigger plan?
That's basically what I said.
Oh.
What if in the reality, in one of the realities in the one reality where they won, he gave it every other time he didn't give up the Time Stone, but in that one time he gave it up.
Well, we'll definitely see what happens in Infinity War Part 2, but we'll get to that in a second. Anyways, let's jump over to the Battle of Wakanda. In which, holy crap, this is a spectacle unlike any other.
Yeah.
Like, we had a very similar type of battle in Black Panther, but this is just cranked up to 11. This is like if you mix that battle with the Battle of New York.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Thanos's goons end up coming around. Initially, they're stopped by the Shield and a bunch of shooty bang bangs. However, when they start to go around, they realize that if they don't open the Shield, they're going to be surrounded, and thus the battle begins. And it seems like everybody has a play in this. Black Widow, Falcon, War Machine, Bruce Banner in the Hulkbuster armor, which is basically like him being the Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cap, Bucky, all the people get some stuff involved.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden,
here's a big question: What happened to the secret agent that basically stayed in Wakanda at the end of Black Panther? Where was he during all this?
Yeah, where was Everett Ross?
Well, he might not have stayed in Wakanda. He could have gone back to.
It was implied that he did.
Huh.
He may have been away on business.
Who knows?
But also, all of a sudden, taste the rainbow, motherfuckers.
Oh, yes. In the middle of the battle, as it seems like everybody's starting to lose, we see a rainbow bridge come from the sky, and Thor, Rocket, and Groot come out.
And Thor has one line to say: "Bring me Thanos."
Oh, yes.
And then start taking names. Also, Rocket walks up to White Wolf and goes, "How much for the gun?" Not for sale. How much for the arm?
The arm.
I'm getting that arm.
Oh, Jesus. Also, bleh. Let me just find something really quick. Something that my best friend from like someone who's been my best friend for like over 10 years posted on their Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Basically shows a picture of the three saying name a better trio, I will wait. And then has me saying Sora, Donald, and Goofy. And she replies, definitely. It just, yes. All of my yes.
And let's just say Bruce Banner is happy that Thor is alive.
Yeah. But anyways, so yeah, big battles happening. I think Proxima gets thrown into a drill.
That was disgusting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, yeah, I winced when I saw that. I was like, ooh, that's gotta hurt.
I'm pretty sure what the one-liner would have been if we were borrowing quotes from movies. Screw you!
Oh God. However,
it wasn't a drill. It was like a wheel of blades.
Yeah. Whatever. It's the same thing in concept. But then we have somebody coming up from, we have what was his face? Glaive coming up from behind and being like, yo, I'm gonna take this Vision guy, cause at that moment, T'Challa's sister was
T'Challa.
What?
T'Challa, not did you
I
say
said
T'Challa?
I said T'Challa.
Yeah, Shuri.
Yeah, Shuri is working on removing the Mind Stone from Vision. However, that whole plan gets interrupted.
Also, there's a very hilarious scene involving the two. She flips him off.
Yeah.
And T'Challa's face. Oh my God, this is oh my God, it was brilliant.
I love the Black Panther cast. They're so funny.
Hell, even she wants to be in the Spider-Man 2 sequel.
Oh, that would be great.
Basically, she's completely fine with the whole shit between her and Peter.
Oh, wait.
Hell.
They haven't even met yet.
I know. It's just, and this is even made even more adorable due to the fact that the Russo brothers were doing a game of Avengers, a Family Feud with the Avengers, going off of Facebook answers. Name one Avenger you would like to take to prom. Letitia answered, Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
Aww, that's adorable.
Anyways, so yeah, more fighting ensues. Vision is backed up against the wall, but luckily the others come in to assist. I'm kind of blanking on what happens at that point. Anybody else remember?
Well, essentially what happens is the Hulkbuster her manages to beat up and kill Bob.
Yeah. Hang on a second, I'm looking up the thing for this.
Plot summary.
Yep. It doesn't say anything on Wikipedia. Yeah,
that's why you go into the MCU wiki.
Oh, okay.
Also, damn it, Kyoryu. Oh God.
Hashtag fun.
Alright, anyway, so yeah, they end up beating him down eventually.
Thor does something stupid.
He hits Thanos in the chest.
Hey, wait, we're not at that part yet. We're not at that part yet.
No, we're not.
But yeah, the battle is won, but then Thanos shows up.
Did we mention how Banner beat the big hulking guy?
I believe we did. And he is pissed, and he wants his Mind Stone.
Mm-hmm. But
however, Scarlet Witch and decides that she needs to do it, and thus.
Well. Here's the thing. What happens is Vision begs for Wanda to do it, and she reluctantly starts to, as all the Avengers try to hold Thanos back as she attempts to destroy the Mind Stone.
However, now Thanos has the Time Stone, so yeah, that plan got fucked.
Mm-hmm.
All that work for nothing. And then Thanos just rips the Mind Stone out of Vision's head.
Yes. Yeah, just when you think that they finally achieved victory on Thanos, whoops, Time Stone, rewinds time, out comes the Mind Stone, boom, gauntlet complete.
Yep, and unfortunately, Thor isn't able to kill off Thanos because
Thor attempts for the head. So, what happens is Thanos snaps his fingers.
He does the badass finger snap.
And suddenly, we're not really sure what happens. But we basically have one scene where we see him basically talking with Child Gamora in some sort of strange lake. People theorize that this is basically him inside the Mind Stone, where basically what happens is... Soul Stone, right. Where basically she asks him, what did it cost? And by the end, we see that the gauntlet is fried. It's
melted.
Yeah, makes sense considering all that power.
And
actually, I have a theory on that. No, remember that Thor basically struck Thanos in the chest as with Stormbreaker, and of course included the lightning. It's possible that Stormbreaker's power might have basically managed to damage the gauntlet, which makes sense given how well both of them were basically made from the same place.
Okay, but let's get to...
So Thanos leaves inside of the portal, and thus we get to the ending, and nobody was ready.
I was not ready.
And the whole Soul Stone theory, that's been confirmed by Anthony Russo.
Oh, that was inside the Soul Stone?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But yeah.
I don't feel so good.
No! Flutter, no!
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. We're getting
basically, one by one, people start to just disintegrate into dust. And at this point, I'm just thinking, no. God, no. No, 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 no.
One by one, several people begin to die.
I'm not feeling well.
Shh, we're getting to that!
Yeah. And Corey, you got the line wrong.
So yeah. Yeah. Bucky ends up disappearing, also, as well as Falcon, Black Panther.
While he's disappearing, he says, Steve.
Most of the Guardians.
And Black Panther.
Yep.
And Black Panther ends up disintegrating in a noble sacrifice by helping Okoye survive.
Well, we don't know what happened there, but yeah. And
Shuri's status is completely unknown at this point.
And then we cut to the Guardians as they disappear one by one. And then the heartstrings.
First, Drax says Peter or Quill. He says Quill. And then
let's not go through all of what everybody says.
Mm-hmm. And then Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good.
Oh, the feels.
I don't want to go.
They had to make Spider-Man's the most heart-wrenching. They knew. They fucking knew. They knew that everybody loved Spider-Man. They didn't want to see him go. And yet that was heartbreaking.
I won't lie. When I saw that in theaters, I shed a few tears.
I felt my heart snap in two.
Also,
Tom Holland quoting David Tennant. I don't want to go.
I don't want to go. And that was improvised.
That was so sad.
Besides, Tom didn't even know about that scene until he filmed it.
Oh, man. Here's the thing. Nobody knew what was going to happen. All they knew was that Thanos was going to succeed.
Chadwick literally screamed, "No, they didn't!" when he saw T'Challa bite the dust.
Oh man!
Oh, and I forgot to mention one of my favorite lines from Thor in this movie, when he makes his appearance at the Battle of Wakanda. Turns to Captain, "You copying my beard?"
That was pretty good. But mood whiplash, come on, dude.
And thus the remaining people are still, and thus the remaining heroes basically start to mourn the loss of their friends as we cut to Thanos looking out at the sunset, smiling, knowing that he basically accomplished his goal. But before the film finally ends, we cut to Nick Fury and Maria Hill driving through New York.
Well, this is the after credits scene.
Well, true, but before we can truly wrap up the movie, we have to talk about it.
All right.
Also, Nick says,
"Guys, we don't need a play-by-play here. Let's just skim through this, okay?"
So Maria gets out of the car and she starts disappearing, and Nick starts to make a call to someone, but he starts disappearing, and the device falls on the ground. And we zoom in on the device, and we see a symbol. the symbol of Captain Marvel.
Hype!
And
Yep.
I am excited for
look,
Captain Marvel. I am excited for Captain Marvel. It is gonna be so good.
Yep, and Silver,
Yes.
as Nick Fury disappearing, all we hear is mother.
Yeah. But yeah, and just that ending, the ending to this movie, like, okay, let's rewind it back a bit. But the ending to this movie, holy crap! This
I didn't
movie,
think they'd do it.
Oh my god! Holy crap, guys! Just okay. This may seem like we're playing it up, but legit, I'm still like I saw this opening night, and I am still just I can't believe what I saw. That movie, just the ending to that movie. Okay, you're not supposed to feel satisfied with the ending to that movie, like at all. But what you do feel is just, oh, it's just a big punch in the gut. But while you shouldn't feel satisfied with this movie, but that ending just felt satisfying in the most twisted of ways.
Yeah, people, it finally happened. A Marvel movie where the villain won. No ifs, ands, or buts. Thanos won. He achieved his goal.
And if we did not know that there was a part 2 coming up, yeah, everybody would have like this would have been like people would have rioted, but it's like, holy crap, that thing.
Plus, we don't know when exactly part 2 is coming out.
Next year.
Yes, we do. Next May. We are officially less than a year away from the film.
But yeah, just overall, Infinity War was great. Just the action was amazing. The characters felt so in depth and it was so good.
This is something that was being built up for years. Years. And this is the final payoff.
You could say that this with a smile on our faces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Despite the fact of that wham ending, thank you, TV Tropes, for having an actual term for it, we still love the movie. Just even still, just thinking about that ending is a blow to the gut. Every single time. But yeah, just the action was great, the characters were great, the story was great. It might have felt all over the place, but even still, we had fun with it. It was a spectacle from start to finish.
Those are like headphones.
What about you guys? What did you think?
I thought that it was a good movie, and honestly, this is basically for lack of a better term, the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow for all those who stuck around from the beginning of the MCU to this point. Everyone was looking forward to Thanos showing up, and this definitely... This definitely fulfilled what many fans were looking forward to, even after the first Avengers movie.
Indeed. This was 10 years in the making, ladies and gentlemen. And we enjoyed it from start to finish.
Technically 9 years and...
Whatever.
And we lost what?
Oh no. He'll come back. Regardless, I give this movie... Flutter's back. I give this movie a straight up A. Just straight up solid. A near flawless Marvel movie.
I agree with you. A.
Kyoryu?
The only real issues were certain things that weren't really explained and certain people that were omitted from the movie, like, for example, Hawkeye, Ant-Man, etc.
Well, Ant-Man's getting his own movie, so...
True. But then again, we don't even know if he's... We don't even know if he's still alive.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. So, Kyoryu, your rating? Kyoryu. Stop tapping on your phone. Oh. He gives this movie an S. So, yeah. And Flutter, you don't have to give a rating if you don't want to.
Heard. I give this plus.
Huh?
I've heard of.
He said I think he said he gave it an A+. But yeah,
Most likely see the film.
Okay, you keep on chopping in and out, Flutter.
That rating will change. Seeing
the... You're still cutting in and out.
Hopefully that rating will most likely change when I end up seeing the film.
Flutter, can you start from the beginning? I could barely... you kept cutting in and out.
When I end up seeing the film, that rating will most likely change.
From an A+?
Yeah.
Well, we'll definitely see. But yeah, guys, that was our discussion on Infinity War. A great movie overall. We all loved it. And yeah, here's hoping to see what we see in Infinity, Avengers 4. We still don't know the actual title for the movie yet, but we'll figure it out eventually.
Yes.
And up next for the MCU, we have Ant-Man and the Wasp, which I'm excited for. Like, let's be honest here. We're all excited for Ant-Man and the Wasp.
We are.
Yep. Especially if this includes Michelle Pfeiffer's first comic book film in over 25 years.
And then, Captain Marvel. Oh, I'm so hyped. Like, here's the thing, guys. Captain Marvel is one of my favorite female superheroes. So getting to see her in combat in the MCU is going to be awesome. Although I'm curious what they're going to do with her backstory.
Well, yeah, good point.
But anyways, I've been your resident Radiant Rider, Silver Maxis, saying peace out, stay awesome, stand up the Vanguard, and hopefully you don't die to Thanos snapping his fingers. Like DLBot did.
And like how I did.
I'm giving you the bird.
To give some backstory, they're actually...
Well, I give you the Eevee.
To give some backstory before we leave, there's actually a website where you can find out where if Thanos killed you or not. Hell, this film actually... a man in India actually died when he saw the film.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little morbid.
Well, true, but it did happen.
Oh boy. Anyways, Flutter, go ahead and do your outro.
I have been your final minute flyer, Flyer 98, saying, so on flyers. You're you. You're you.
Kyoryu?
Give me a minute.
Okay.
Alright, until then, DLBot, you can do yours.
This has been your real god, DLBot 2016, reminding you that I am just a passing by Toku fan. Remember that, and please don't praise our meme lord god Dan Kuroto, and we will see you guys next time.
Okay, the way that it sounded on the recording, because it cut out a bit, it sounded like you said, and please don't praise our meme lord god Dan Kuroto. Even he admits that the joke is old.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. Anyways,
and this is your Crimson Pfizer, Kyoryu Crimson, saying, stay frosty and you should have aimed for the head.
Alright. He's not wrong. Anyways, good night, everybody.
Johnny!
Ciao.